Alright, today we are going to look at everything that I can remember about SS. Right here I have the, as you can see, the regular foundation versus the SS foundation. Once you have placed something in vanilla, if you make a mistake, you only have the option to demolish. And at that point, you get half, depending on the server, you get maybe half the value of what you crafted. And you're left with that mess. Go to the foundations for the SS, you get pick up, which means you can pick up anything you want. Stone, metal, tech, thatch, you can pick up everything. And it goes right back in your inventory. Now those were past vanilla ones that I had. So that's the first thing. So that makes it super duper easy when building, because you can craft what you need. If you make a mistake, just pick it right back up. Alright, then there are railings. With the vanilla railing, you can only pick up or demolish for a little bit. With the SS railing, let me pick these up. Whoops, pick up. Because I did it fast enough, I can move them without them breaking. But with the SS, you can switch these half railings to make them half walls. Now if you want to do this the fast way, you hold down in, you go to the model selector, and just click with your left click. They'll undo it too. You can copy by writing on or clicking on the right side of your mouse. You can clear or select something that you've set and do it with the left click. So half walls with the railings turned into half walls allows you to have more decorative building, meaning you can do something like this. Take the model selector. There you go. Now you have something a little bit more interesting. The ramps, I'll put an SS ramp here, and I'll put a regular ramp here. All it is a ramp. That's it. SS ramp can be switched to stairs. Let's put some railings down. There we go. Alright. Now let me finish this design real quick. I'll put some variations in. Go with that. 1, 2. Then put the railings on top of that. Then hold in model selector. There we go. you have a decorative build. You can fake bigger windows instead of these small square windows. Alright, now the roof. The roof that... Here, we'll do metal. That they provide in vanilla, yes, it has all the same pieces, but I do find that the... Oops. Oh, come on. You're about to prove me wrong. That the SS version is much simpler to handle. Now let me put in that wall there. Fill this in. Whoops. Now here's another thing. I'm holding in, going to the demo gun. I just picked that piece up. And that was it. Now I want ceilings. Alright, there we go. There is a gun, not only for demo, which you can, by right-clicking, change into... Wow. Not only a gun for pickup, but a gun for demoing. You just gotta be careful which one you have. Thankfully, the demo gun is bright red. Now, other guns that are on there that I use typically. Transfer gun. Pick one target with your right click. Click the target where you want it to go with your left, and you'll transfer. So I will put storage box, which is also pickupable. Everything in SS is pickupable. Alright, so right click on this soul terminal. The source is selected. Left click. And everything that I had in the soul terminal is right there. There is a transparency gun. We'll work on that later. Turrets, you got underwater tool, you got a visibility, you got construction, you got a euthanasia gun, which you set with the left or the right, and then kill with the left. And then the command tool, which if you click on the right, shows you disable wandering, enable following, disable following, enable mating. That's the fourth click in. I use that all the time. All you have to do now is just click with the left click on any of the animals you want to turn on. Disable mating, enable ally looking, disable, enable turret mode, disable, heed group whistles, ignore group whistles, enable wandering. Makes the commands super simple. Alright, now in SS they give you glass foundations that can, when you hold down E on them, you can select a model. You can give it 2 side, 1 side, 3 side, corner, or no sides at all and be invisible. All of the glass pieces can do that. Now, where's the ramp? Is this the ramp? Yes. Because we're going to need that. This ramp also can turn it into stairs. And you can change the transparency. Opaque, two-way, one-way, in, one-way out. I'm going to put it to opaque so that, and you can do it in varying degrees. If you have two-way, you can set it so that it's a little tinted, a lot tinted, or all the way. Now, going to the transparency gun, I click with my left, set this foundation to what I want. I've made it opaque. Now I right click, that setting is saved. Now left click on all of the other foundations. Boom. Now you can also go with the model selector. I'm going to select a corner D on that one, corner C on that one, corner B, this would be corner A. Then on this one I want one side, and also on this one side. There we go. Now we have one single, what looks like one single foundation. Now, the difference here, they give you the regular the regular looking greenhouse for you to use. And here's the vanilla. Using the vanilla on the glass foundation doesn't quite look right. So it doesn't sit well. This does not give you any options other than pickup, so you're stuck with that. I'm gonna go ahead and demo that one because that's the regular greenhouse. Or instead of using the specifically greenhouse, you can use just the plain glass, and it will function just as a greenhouse would. A greenhouse piece. Just as a greenhouse piece would. No different. And again, you can use the transparency, opaque, boop 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 boop, boop 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 boop. See, you can't do it on this one. And then, again clicking, or nope, I want the same gun, sorry. Clear it, and then I want 3 sides on this one. Copy that, put that to that one, clear, set, 3 sides, there we go, set to that one. Then this one, I want a corner. There we go. And then set it, copy and set, do the same thing here. Don't need to do it there because obviously none. Then go up here, find that corner, copy, put, clear, do it again here. Now for these pieces, clear, then I want 3 sides. Nope, 2 sides. Corner actually, because it's set up against that regular. There we go. Now up here, just needs to be 1 slide. Like that. And actually I'm going to change this one real quick to 3 sides. There. Alright. Then go back in glass. Get the roof. Sometimes these triangle sloped glass roofs have bleh, slanted pieces can be finicky. So just be prepared to have to deal with some stuff like that. But I'm not going to worry about it right now. And just put it up. Just like you would normal. And again, you can change transparency on the roof. That's the transfer gun. Good grief. Opaque. Alright. And you could... Wow. I'm sorry, that messes with my OCD. There. Transparency. Save. Oh. You can mess with the sides of those again. The transparency has nothing to do with your greenhouse effects. Now, doors. In vanilla, you only have the single door. And who wants to have to worry about going through that one tiny little gap? Not me. SS allows you to make a double wide. And put in a wonderful wide opening with doors that automatically open. Not so in vanilla. You can switch them to manual by holding E on them. But I like the switch to automatic. Just makes things simpler. All you have to do to get that is to hold E on it. Now, let's put a glass door on here. You can get fancy, but I like to keep it simple. There we go. Switch to manual. Leave it so this one opens. Perfect. Alright, with our SS, we have it so that pipes, the SS pipe intakes will go anywhere. Not on my single player, but on server they will. On for SS, when doing the pipes, they have internal piping that they offer. All you have to do is make sure that you make the correct ones for what you're building. So I have square foundations I want to put my pipes in. I'm making the square internal piping. You've got triangle, you've got pillars, and you got walls. Now, I'm just going to put them down on the foundation. Perfectly invisible. Where's the SS version? There it is. Little pipes will then connect to them. So you have none of those floating pipes you gotta worry about. But if you do decide that you want to use the regular pipes, sorry, I just clicked the wrong thing. They'll click to them too, but with SS, you can push hide. and they're invisible, but you can still put a tap to it. All right, then crop plots, if I can spell. Vanilla only gives you the uh, regular crop plots, and one tech crop plot, but uh, you can craft the SS regular ones, and they'll be pick upable. They also give you triangles in the steamless crop plots and the tech plots. Now, the seamless ones will snap into place, which is beautiful. They will also allow you to do select mode, and then you can tell it to do no sides. You can take the model selector, copy, and immediately have no sides to your garden. Or do one side on these three. Okay, that one. And then, whoops. There. You have a very organized garden. Then, if you'll look, you have, even though the glass is opaque, you got greenhouse effect. And on our server, again, water anywhere, just attach a intake pipe to the outside of this. You're ready to go. Now, to make life simpler, put out the gardener and the farmer. The gardener and farmer will work on Tech Gen once you have it, but if not, the gardener will work on beer and the farmer on Kalian soup. The gardener will pick any of your crops, keep them in her inventory until you're ready for them. The farmer will take any fertilizer that you put into it and distribute it to all of these crop plots without you having to. Now, another thing that helps is the SS item collector. The item collector will generate poop. Well, not generate. Will pick up poop. Any type that you have. It will distribute any of these. You can tell it to pick up and place where you need. Collection, it will pick up any of these. So if you have creatures out and they're laying unfertilized eggs, you can have it pick all of them up until you need them. It will take any poop, put it into the dung beetles or into the farmer. Boom. It's all automated. And it's got a huge, huge range. Enough for any base. Now, let's see. What else do we have? Let's see. We have all the tech stuff, all pick upable. I don't think there's... Oh, well, they do provide you with a shield wall that regular vanilla does not have. These shield walls, come on, will act as doors. You can go through them. Other tribes cannot. So they could be replacement doors here. All right. Um, you've got your stairs, you've got your storage. These hold quite a bit more on our server because of INI file changes, so they're quite worth it. Um, you also have your herder, which will shear your sheep automatically. Animal tender, but you have your one that's very important is your nanny. If you put giant pea honey in here and meat and berries and turn her on, she will feed your babies up to juvenile, I believe. And she will slowly imprint them. Not as well as you, but she will. Um, let's see. What else do we have? The it gives you a converter. So if you get a drop that has vanilla stuff in it, let's see. Let me get vanilla walls. You put it into the SS converter, select it, convert selected item. They're now SS and pickupable. You've got your gotcha gavers, which are giant, but you put them out on one foundation. They do need to be powered with the tech gen. You put your items that you want to feed the gotcha in the inventory, turn it on, put the gotcha here, it will start automatically feeding them. And if you have this going, it will pick up the gotcha crystals. You've got the SS taxidermies, which will rotate, change your scale. You can change the base type to anything you want. What else have we got for you? Let's see. There's the animal tender. Collects items from dials that produce them over time. Can distribute the owl pellets to gotchas. Got the trophy, which is like the dermis. It can change into many variants, not just the wood. You have the hatchery, which I will show you in just a minute. You've got a craftable beehive, which I'll also do in a minute. Then, trying to get back where I was. Good luck with that. Here we go. Then the same with the cables for the generator. They also allow for internal cables. So not only can you have invisible water through your house, you can have invisible power through your house. You've got a couple of more light variations. You've got a different form of ocean platform, and cliff, platforms. Trying to think if there's anything else that is... You have tech elevators, which are pretty simple. I'll not chop that off, but put them down. They don't even need a tech gen. But you just hit spacebar to go up and C to go down. The Beehive. To craft the Beehive, instead of taming a bee, you can gather giant bee honey and rare flowers, thatch, and fiber, and start your Beehive. No stupid bee taming. Trophy wall mount has the variations: tech, stone, and you've got the hatchery. The hatchery is powered by refertilizer, which you can find in your inventory by putting in fert. Don't put re. It does not show up. Put it in there, activate it. Now it starts doing its dumb dance. It will automatically start collecting eggs. And it has 2, a giant range. And it will take them in and it will start to incubate them. And once the bar's down, you can hatch them as you would like. Let's see, what else have we got? Got all the glass and metal structures. Oh yes. We have the dynamic pillars. The dynamic pillars are fun because they have options. You can mess with length. So now it's going all the way down to the bottom. You can mess with thickness. You want a thin one? You want a fat one? I generally like to have thin ones. You can change the direction of where it goes. It can go a really long way, but it does need to have a place to tether to. So a ground or a cliff wall. Here, let's make it so that y'all can see how far it goes. There we go. I've got the length on full. It's going all the way out here. So you could have something mostly floating way over there if this was in the ground. Alright. You've got your mannequin. Let's see. It does add in some tech that normally we do not have, but it's all self-explanatory, I believe. But mostly it just gives you a pick-upable version. Does give you some shield stuff for like aberration. If you have things like that need your base needs to be shielded. But again, that's a tech item, so it's going to take a while to get to that. Let's do the mannequin. Alright, the mannequin, you can change the appearance, male, female. That was a poor choice in random clicks, but whatever. Change pose, you can go into the advanced, hide character mode, which makes it floating. um, you can give it multiple poses. There, she's sitting on the taxidermy base. Now, this is one way for you to store your armor. It sometimes does glitch, but that's okay. But there's also the other things that allow for this, like the loadout mannequin. This was the precursor. So, I'm sure Chahi will tell me, you forgot something. I probably did. The, one last thing. The, SS does give you a cleaned up version of some things, like, for instance, the teleporter for the SS version is that one little tiny thing, and the vanilla version, will it even go on that? Ew, what was I thinking? There's a foundation. The SS, or not the vanilla version, is this giant thing that has to go on a foundation. Giant teleporter. Nice and neat little teleporter with selecting range size. So you could technically have a bigger range than that one. So there's just things like that that I'm not going to bother to go through. But those are the main important things, at least to me. He may have completely other ideas, and if he wants, he can make his own little video. But if y'all have questions, y'all can leave comments, and I will either make another video, or... Whoa. Sorry. Did not realize that was going to happen. Or I will answer them in the comments. Alright, and until next time.